India has a long and rich history of agriculture, with farming being a way of life for millions of people. It is a crucial sector of Indian economy. It is employing a significant proportion of the country's population and contributing to food security and export earnings. India is one of the world's largest producers of crops. However, farming in India is not without its challenges, and one of the major problems faced by the farmers is animal intrusion. Many animals, both wild and domestic, cause damage to crops across the country. Due to this, farmers not only lose their crops but also the money and resources spent on cultivating them. In many cases, farmers are unable to recover the losses, which often result in debt and poverty. According to a study by ICAR, animal intrusion causes an estimated loss of Rs 2000 crores to Indian agriculture every year. This includes loss to crops as well as damage to farm equipment and cost of implementing preventive measures. Now we will see the animals which significantly cause damage to crops in many parts of the country. Elephants. India has the largest number of wild Asiatic elephants, estimated at 29,964, according to 2017 census by Project Elephant. That is, about 60% of the species' global population. These elephants often enter agricultural land located near the forests, which might start a human elephant conflict. Many farmers and elephants lose their lives due to the human elephant conflicts. Over 500 farmers are being killed due to these conflicts in India annually. According to a report by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, human-elephant conflict caused 1401 human and 301 elephant deaths in India from 2018 to 2020. They can cause extensive damage to crops, particularly paddy, sugarcane, and vegetables. Elephants are destructive to crops because they are large, powerful animals that can consume large quantities of vegetation in a short amount of time. Additionally, elephants are known to travel long distances in search of food, which often brings them into conflict with humans and cause damage to human settlements and agricultural areas. These are some of the pictures of elephants entering sugarcane and paddy fields. This is a picture of elephants crossing a tea plantation in Assam. This is a picture of an elephant which was killed in a human elephant conflict. Elephants are responsible for over 50% of crop damage cases caused by wild animals in India. Chasing away elephants can cause stress and anxiety in them. Elephants that are subjected to human elephant conflict experience elevated stress levels, which can lead to psychological and behavioral changes in them. This is the reason for them being very aggressive and dangerous when they are threatened by humans. This is a histogram that shows the number of human elephant conflict incidents that occurred in the year 2020. Wild boars are found across the country and cause damage to crops such as maize, sugarcane, and paddy. They are a significant threat to agriculture and farmers in India. According to a report by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, wild boars are responsible for around 15% of crop damage cases caused by wild animals in the year 2020. The areas that are most affected by wild boars in India include Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra Pradesh. Wild boars can cause extensive damage to crops, especially during the harvesting season. They uproot plants, trample on the fields, and eat or damage the crops, which can lead to significant financial losses for farmers. In extreme cases, wild boars can cause complete crop failure, leaving farmers with no harvest to sell or use for their own consumption. They also carry diseases that can be transmitted to humans and other animals. Farmers who come in contact with the wild boars may be at risk of contracting these diseases. According to a study published in the journal Current Science, the established economic loss due to crop damage caused by wild boars in the agricultural district of Dharwad, Karnataka, between 2012 and 2015 was around 73 lakh rupees. This figure only represents the reported cases of crop damage and does not include the indirect economic losses caused by this issue. Research studies have also shed light on the extent of crop damage caused by wild boars in India. For example, a study published in the Journal of Threatened Taxa in 2019 found that wild boars were responsible for 51.8% of crop damage in a village in Karnataka. This suggests that wild boars are a significant threat to crop production in many parts of the country. Birds such as crows, pigeons, sparrows, peafowls, and parrots cause extensive damage, particularly in the fruit and vegetable crops. They often target fruits and vegetables such as mangoes, bananas, tomatoes, etc. Farmers may incur additional costs to protect their crops from birds, such as installing bird nets or using bird repellent devices. These costs can further add to the economic burden of farming. Some farmers resort to using harmful chemicals or pesticides to protect their crops from birds, which have a negative impact on the environment and human health. Monkeys are known for raiding farms and orchards, where they damage a wide range of crops, including fruits, vegetables, and grains. The percentage of crop damage caused by monkeys in India is estimated between 5 to 15 on an average. A study found that in some areas, monkeys cause an average loss of 12% of crops yield. They usually attack in herds and damage the crops. Rodents like rats, porcupine also cause damage to crops by uprooting the plants. Deer and nilgai eat up the crops. Rats are a significant problem for farmers in many parts of the country, especially in rice growing regions. They can cause damage to crops at various stages of growth, from seedlings to mature crops. They eat up the stems and roots of plants, which will destroy the crop. Deer are found in some parts of the country and can cause damage to crops, particularly in vegetable gardens. They damage the plants by feeding on plant parts or simply by running over the field and trampling over the crop fields. An invasion by desert locusts hit large areas of India and Pakistan in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic in 2021. Such insects also threaten farmlands and cause concern to many farmers in India. The locusts entered India via Pakistan's Sindh province and affected about 90,000 hectares across 20 districts in Rajasthan. The locust invasion was the worst in India since 1993 and was aided by favorable rain-bearing winds. Locusts can destroy a wide range of food crops and cause severe loss to farmers. They eat the same amount of food consumed by thousands of people or animals in a day. They eat fruits, bark, leaves, seeds, flowers, etc. Hence, they can have devastating effects on the agriculture sector and food security.